right, here we go. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Oh, that notification. And then I was trying to move it off my screen. And, well, I ended up hitting the call button. Oops. Yeah, anyway. Um, we talk about battle bots. I don't know why. You know, didn't you play, gosh, what is it? The one that won the Game of the Year stuff? One that's like, can do a bunch of different stuff.
Talk about
Like
Baldur's
D&D.
Gate 3?
Yeah, did we
Yo.
talk about that in our last one?
No, I don't think we
Okay,
talked about it.
okay, go ahead.
That game. Okay, so if I had to rate the best games I had played since the Switch came out, I was thinking about doing that. Bro, it's to me, it's between that and Elden Ring. Like it's
Dang.
close. But yeah, that game was really good. Like, yeah, the game was really good. I was thinking about playing that for a second playthrough.
I was gonna say another case of like playing the game for a long time, and it's like, yo, you gotta like it up.
To me, that one's the opposite. Where that one, it gets better the more you play it. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I know.
because the only bad thing about this game is that you will cap your level, like, and then once you cap the level, because like you're always like, man, what level am I gonna get? I'm like, dang, I can get this power. But in this one, because I did everything, I'm not even gonna lie, like I did everything that you could possibly do in this game. Um,
Got
so
all the fish.
okay, yeah. So okay, okay. Here's the thing too, is that I would say is why I want to play this game a second time through. Is that the first time I looked online? Okay, hold on, let me stop. Okay, so this is one of those things. You ever have one of those things where you want to do something and someone says, "Nah, don't even worry about that. Don't do it. Just go over here." And you're like, it was like the belt art. We're like, don't watch the
You
belt,
know
just
what?
do it.
Hang
But
on.
it's
Me and Hockey's
easy.
gonna say hello after this.
What'd you say?
Oh shoot. Huh?
Yo, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, I said it's like the belt art. It's like you can tell someone like, nah, don't even watch it. Like, it don't matter. But because they tell you that, you would be like, nah, man, I want to decide. I know what matters. I'm a real fan. I'll do it. I like try to tell JR, like, man, JR, just skip that stuff. That's not even really like One Piece. He's like, nah, I'm gonna do it. And so if you look online for like Baldur's Gate 3, you can ask people like, hey, should I like this lady asked me to do this versus like pet her cat versus like to give it food. Like, which should I pick?
Right.
And people online are gonna say it's up to you. You're like, but I want to pick the good decision. And they're like, nah, it's up to you. And you find out one
That's always
decision you
good
get,
too.
and you find out one decision. It's like people hate you for doing it. The other one you get like 10 goldfish. And you're like, well, one's clearly better. But I mean, it really doesn't matter. And so that was my problem with that game is that I was a slave to making the right choices. So I was, so like anything
And
I did,
I know, yeah, I know you, bro, and I know that in life, in fighting games, in every area, you don't like you like the calculated choices to have a risk.
exactly. So like I was like, so it's like one of those things that after you beat it, you could be like, oh yeah, I could just like not done everything. So like for me, I had to do everything. Like I saved, like if there was a person that could be saved, I saved them. Like okay. This is one thing that annoys me so bad from this game that you don't know to the end. So there's this quest where this whole time, so there's 3 acts in this game. Yep, not like the Book of Acts, but 3 acts. Okay, so the second act is the worst one. I'll get onto it later. But The third act is like by far the best. Like, and I already love the game by the first act.
I
And
was
then
gonna
the
say if
second,
the last one is good, that's always a good sign.
bro, the third one, it starts off and you're like, oh yeah, this one's not great. But then it like opens up. It is like way bigger than the other two acts by far. It's like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Um, but the problem is that there's three acts, and the choices you make in each act can affect your game. So like when Wade played, he thought the second act was small, but it's because he didn't do like certain things because the
Hmm.
second act was like ginormous, but he just missed it because he like didn't talk to one
Like on
guy. Like it's
accident.
crazy. Yeah, like dude,
Like
it's
he
easy to
accidentally
miss.
went by it. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's like, and trust me, there's like no way you could have known. And this
I
isn't
remember.
even something that I did on like from the guide. I just taught. It was like you had to talk to this random armorer, but you had to have this one character on your like in your party while you
Party.
talk to him.
Yeah.
And so what are the chances that you talk to a random armor guy and you don't know that he's essential because there's not like an icon above their head that's like, hey, I have a big quest, or like, hey, I'm essential to like the whole entire game's plot. Like no one says that. So, you know, so that's one of the things that was cool about the game is that I would be like, oh, I have to do this quest. This is important, or I'd look. So I would never go two steps ahead. I would always like look one step ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just do whatever, and if it got to a roll, I would just kind of look and see if I needed, like, if I could kill this person, if I had to talk to him, and so that would be the thing tough too. Where let's say if you come across this guy and he's like, "Hey, I don't like you. You need to leave here." And so it's like you can either do like intimidate him, kill him, or like apologize. And you might see that like, oh, if you apologize, he's gonna like take advantage of you, take all your stuff. If you
Yeah.
kill him, now this other person over here is gonna come and want war with you. But if you apologize, he's gonna end up leading to this big quest that allows you to get two characters. It's like, bro, how could you possibly like which like, bro, there's no way you could possibly know just by like,
Right.
and then on top of that, just because you picked it, now you also had to get the dice roll on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's like no, and like there's like bosses like that where there's this one boss who's his name is Raphael. He's essentially the devil. Is that
You said
in the
Raphael?
yeah,
Raphael's
like
an angel,
yeah,
right?
well, he's supposed to be a dark, yeah, he's a dark angel, whatever. That's like fallen from heaven, whatever.
I mean, he's technically extra. Well, it doesn't matter. Go ahead. Sorry.
And so he essentially like he like wants to make a deal with you, a deal with the devil type thing. And so he has this item that you don't even know that you need yet, and it's like gonna help like give you one of like 10 possible endings type thing. But it'll
Yeah.
also help complete the quest of one of your characters. But when you fight like one of these guys before, you had the chance when you were in this dark cave to either persuade this guy not to kill you, or you could kill him, or you could like, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could either like, you could just kill this guy straight up. You could agree to help him, and you could fight him later, or you could like try to lie to him. You have all these choices. So I just, just picked off a whim. Like, it didn't look like any choice is better. So I just decided to fight him but spare him and save him. But then later it finds out when I'm at this place that this guy is working with Raphael because I spared him. He's on his team. But then you can roll a dice of like 30 and he'll join your team instead. And it was like, how could I have possibly have known that? And then so I rolled it and I got him on my team, but he immediately gets killed by Raphael. So anytime you do it, Raphael like immediately kill him. So you're like, bro, what? But then you find out that there's like these beacons throughout the level that if you destroyed it weakened Raphael. It's like, bro, how would I possibly know that? Like, how? And like, it's just stuff like that in the game where it's like, how should I have known that? There's like, there's a lot of that going on. But it's just so very detailed because if you know that you could do it, you could cheese it so bad. And that's what makes that game cool, is that it's almost like Tears of the Kingdom where you can really just bust the game by just being cheap. Like if you know someone's gonna do something, like say if a guy is so there's this like witch lady that like wants to like eat this girl, whatever. But if you already know she's the witch, you can go to her like lair early on and like just mess up her room. And so that when she teleports there later, she's already hit because you did it. So it's just like a bunch of cheese that you can do. But like if she detects you're there, she'll like automatically do it and you'll be like left out of the game. But you have the choice, like she'll beg you to let her do it and she promises she'll never like bother you again, or you can kill her. And so I just killed her. But then in Act 3, there's this lady that's like there's these people that were like hurt by the witch that are, doing a lot of stuff, and you find out that the witch is back, that you didn't actually kill her, but as you read her journal, you can see that she's pretending, and so you can make like this potion to actually kill her, and she shows that it's just like crazy, like there's a lot of craziness going on.
That's crazy.
But it's like so in depth, and you can pick like and like it's crazy too because in Act 3, spoilers, you get there and like there's this crazy lady that because it was like one of three like can you hear me?
Yeah, no.
Hold on, my headphones died. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So like,
What's that?
I forgot what I was about to say about it.
You're saying it's so crazy.
So, yeah, there's like three bosses, or like, no, I mean, there's technically like the main boss, but there's like these two gatekeeping bosses at the end of the fight. So they both propose that you take out the other person because they want that. They want to. You have the choice. One of these ladies.
You sound like you submerged underwater.
Yeah, it might be the headphones. I don't know.
No, you're good. You're good now. You're good.
Okay, so so in the final act, you can there's like